Shotgun X drive. From a personnel standpoint, you're going to have running backs number 1 and 2 are going to be the guys that are running up into the short middle and then the longer middle, as you'll see. Then you have wide receiver number 1 is going to go deep on the top, while wide receiver number 2 is going to go in the middle, and then the tight end is going to go deep. So when we move in this play, you're going to see a few things. So first thing is that running back's going to come out, and right here, again, assuming he's not covered, you've got an opportunity to go for a pass sometimes from the top side, not as easy from the top side or from the bottom side. But again, quarterback's got to be accurate, and you got to make sure that the safeties and the corners are cleared out. So why are we going to use this play? A few things. Well, first thing is, 5 wide receivers. So see this RLB right there on covering this guy? He is important because if you see him go up in there, if he stops on that play like he did, that play is going to be covered. You're not going to be able to throw it into that guy. But then sometimes he just goes in and rushes, and in that case, that's really good for you. Because in that case, you got 5 wide receivers and you've got 4 cover guys. So that's always a very good thing to have. Now, how's this going to work? So here you see wide receiver number 1 just gets completely unmatched up on that play. And that's really the key reason why you tend to have this play in your playbook is wide receiver number 1 gets wide open. It's hard to read, or basically impossible to read, when that safety is going to go. Watch here. So safety pulls up, but he just walks right past him. And this is one of those things where normally you have a level read. Level read is you watch the guys and which guy they're matching up on top of. That's the guy they're going to go cover. It's not the case for this one. Now let's take a look at the bottom of the screen. We got Novacek. It's a white guy, but he can still run. He is typically your best receiver that's down there. When we get to call plays, we're going to talk about why that is. But typically on this play, there's kind of 2 things. There's going to be a 2-man game of wide receiver number 1 on top, see if he actually is covered, and then to wide receiver number 2, who in this case just happens to be Novacek for reasons I'm going to explain later. So that's sort of like your typical play is you're going to go up, you're going to take your iffy, inaccurate Tecmo quarterback, and you're going to force the man to go cover on that side. And then, of course, if it's not there, the guy bails out, you're just going to run the football with the quarterback, and it's going to be fine. So that's all fine and good, and then we're going to score this ball. Of course, I should have shown you something else there, but we're just going to ignore that. And thank you, Aikman, for the incompletion. So let's start talking about called plays then. Let's get this started. So first thing you can do with this guy is you can try to dump it to running that number 1 just to throw it completely away. And that's going to be 4 times. 4, just throw away. Problem is if he's fast, right there, he's already in a position where air patrol and cornerback's going to get you. So we're going to do this again. So the second option you can go to is you go to running back number 2. Now running back number 2, we didn't really talk about him, but he goes up into that short flat area-ish, and then the RLB will come out and cover him a lot of times. But here on the call play, you're going to notice he's stationary and you can hit him on that play. Now we're just going to punt this guy away, restart this. So the running back number 2, he is your best real good call safe receiver. Problem is that because he's your best good call safe receiver, guys are going to know that. They're going to stop all over him. So I'm just going to throw that play again just so you know where he's roughly going to come out here. 3, and then of course see the dive tackle, but that's okay. Now, the interesting part about Shotgun X Drive is you're going to run this play, and we're going to basically show you not really a 2-man game, but a read strategy down the bottom, which you'll see I have the Cowboys here for this very reason, not the Cardinals, and we'll explain why. But I got the Cowboys here. We got Novacek, who's got some speed. He's got a lot of receptions. We've got Irvin, is all the way down the bottom. He's got a lot of speed, and that's going to become important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snap the ball a few times, and I'm going to go through how this bottom side read works on the call play action. So snap the ball. Yeah, I didn't call play. That's unfortunate. I'm just going to throw it. Okay, fine, I'll take a sack. Doesn't matter. So we're going to actually call play this time. Now we're going to watch here. There's going to be two series of reads. One is that the safety and cornerback play off. In that case, the ball is going to go to Novacek on a JJ. If the safety stays in, he's going to do turn of death. And when he does that, you should be able to switch pass on to Irvin. He's definitely going to get over the corner that stops, but it's just a question of the accuracy of the quarterback at that point. So we're going to snap here. See right there, that's the turn of death. And then you see Irvin right there is wide open for the play. Again, depending on the accuracy of quarterback, very dependent on the relative speed of the tight end versus the LCB. Not so much the LCB, but certainly a free safety. So if you try to run this against Minnesota, this is going to suck for you because those guys on Minnesota are just going to eat this play up. And again, right? Accuracy issues. That's always going to be a problem with Aikman. That's going to be a problem on this type of play. Now, typically, you're going to try to throw it from the top hash mark here. That tends to be just a little bit more accurate. Now, watch this. So here he catches it. That's one of the reasons why you have your best wide receiver number 2, because you're going to see that dive happen. What you really want is you want him to JJ, and that's just the timing thing. So he's going to come up, and then, of course, right, he does this. We're just check it away. You can also say, hold it a little bit and then it goes into Novacek. Now, that's, again, timing thing. So here, you're going to get a JJ. And that's sort of like, that's the alternate way you play this is if the guy is going to hump all over running back number 2, then you know that you can go that bottom side of the field. Again, depending on the quarterback, depending on the defense, you might just decide to eat it, or you might just decide to go straight into running back number 1 with the play. I mean, that's... it's situation dependent, how quickly you're passing it, and all this other stuff. See right there, again, this is kind of iffy because notice everybody's on that play, but it works. That's another way to do it if he gets off. You just got to be careful on what you're doing there. Now on the goal line, there's really not a whole lot you're going to do on most of these receivers. So again, well, this one's a call play, so just hope it goes to that end zone. It's good. All right, so let's say it's just a normal one. He calls some sort of pass. Now here, right, 2 linebackers come up. I mean, just got to run it in. There's no real disguise you're going to be able to put on this play because all those receivers are deep. And then the running back number 1 is going to get led right in the heart of the defense. So understanding that, yes, it's going to be a naked run, but, that's how it is. I mean, you're supposed to catch the guy in something else. So that's the Shotgun X Drive. I hope you enjoy this video, and I look forward to seeing your comments and all the other things that I screwed up or whatever it was. So, all right. Actually,